I'm going to read you two Truth Social posts from Donald Trump, which are insane, and then we will talk about them. Let me find them first. Jesus, this guy posts like nonstop. Okay, here's the first one. The Biden FBI placed 274 agents into the crowd on January 6th. If this is so, which it is, a lot of very good people will be owed big apologies. What a scam. Do something. President DJT. Okay, I'm gonna let that one marinate with you for a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna read you the next one, but think about that and think about what could possibly be wrong with that. Okay, here's the next one. The Ukraine impeachment of me, and both of these were posted in the last day or so. The Ukraine impeachment of me scam was a far bigger illegal hoax than Watergate. I sincerely hope the necessary authorities, including Congress, are looking into this. Adam Shifty Schiff was so dishonest and corrupt, so many laws and protocols were violated and just plain broken. President DJT. Okay. Now I'm going to let that one marinate with you for a little bit. Okay, I'm going to grab my coffee here, and let's talk about the first one. So the first one, Trump is saying that 274 FBI agents were placed into the crowd by Biden's FBI on January 6th. He then says, if this is true, which it is, so do you know it's true or not? Then a lot of people would be owed apologies. Presumably people who were blamed for causing violence on January 6th. Okay, what could possibly be wrong with that statement? I don't know. Who was president? Who was president at the time? Who was president on January 6th? It was Trump. Did he forget that Biden at the time of January 6th had never been president? Biden has served one term as president. It was after January 6th. He was vice president before Trump, 4 years before Trump, but somehow his FBI placed agents into the crowd on January 6th. It would be Trump's Department of Justice. It would be Trump's FBI. How the fuck could it possibly be Biden's FBI if Biden had yet to be president at the time and had never been president up until that point? That's fucking insane. That's fucking insane. That is fucking insane for a president to say this. That is fucking insane for a president to post this on social media for it to live on the fucking internet. The internet is our modern day version of like books. This is going to live on the internet, presumably forever, because he also controls the platform it was posted on. That's fucking insane. Is that not insane? Okay, the next thing. And then we will talk about what this is actually doing, because the actual, it's not funny, because the actual underlying, what's actually happening is this is strategic. Okay, the next thing. It looks insane on the surface. And maybe it comes off as insane, like he's losing his damn mind, but this might actually be strategic. So the second thing is Watergate. Apparently, Watergate was a hoax. Apparently, his impeachment or trial for Ukraine, that was a bigger hoax than Watergate, which is alleging that Watergate was a hoax. Watergate is probably the single most talked about, publicized, public-facing criminal and corruption investigation in modern presidential or governmental in that sphere. It's probably the single most prolific presidential scandal. So I don't think we need to argue here whether it's a hoax or not. So what is actually going on is that Trump is doing what he does best, and that is to unravel the trust, primarily in his base, but in general for the American public, unravel the trust in institutions of authority. In this case, the FBI, any other policing agency, any other agency that could quite possibly reel him in, Congress, anybody who he perceives that might have a little bit of power over him. He's done this in other agencies as well, though. The trust in the CDC is probably at an all-time low. The trust in the FBI is probably at an all-time low. The trust in government is probably at an all-time low. And if you've watched any of my videos, I know that government is corrupt and that there is all kinds of bullshit, shady, backroom deals that are going on in government. With that said, the United States has historically had some checks and balances that have been able to mitigate some of these things. Trump just wants to erase trust. And the most important one that he's going after is the court system, is the judicial system. It is our judges and our legal system. The one thing that weaves everything together and holds everything together, holds democracy together, is the court and justice system. So, of course, he would like to go after that because whether it is conscious, whether it is subconscious, whether it is Trump, or whether it is bad actors using Trump as a tool, somebody wants to consolidate power. Somebody wants to have the American people distrust everything else except the Trump administration. I will leave you with that. Obviously, as the name suggests, this is my Yaponomics channel. I yap about anything on this channel. Anything I find interesting, I will talk about. Lately, that's basically politics and news because there's some crazy stuff going on. With that said, if you want my qualified opinion, this is my unqualified opinion. If you want my qualified opinion, that's over on the main channel. My formal education, as well as like a decade plus of experience, is in finance and economics. That is all we talk about on the main channel. Here, we talk about everything under the sun that is important that I want to share with you. So if this was informative, please consider subscribing. Helps the channel tremendously. It's difficult to grow here on YouTube, so every subscription means the world to me. I hope to see you in the next video, which might be tomorrow. It might be in a week from now, probably sooner rather than later, with how much crazy stuff is going on a daily basis in this world or timeline that we're living in. With that said, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay vigilant, stay smart, question everything, and please, for the love of God, I love, probably because of my background, I love statistics, I love studies, and I love data. Please follow the data, not the anecdotal evidence. Take care.